got, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
it's
nice.
my favorite tarot card, the Star.
Yeah, my favorite card as well. For obvious reasons.
Oh, that's so cool. I'm not sure why it'd be your favorite, I must admit.
There must be some reason that the Star is my favorite. And I pulled it the other day, funnily enough. I was so happy when I pulled it. I was like, yeah, there's my card.
I won't lie, to be fair, the majority of the time I have someone do me a reading, that the Star normally always comes out, and I'm just like, that's so cool.
Maybe you can give me some insight on a card that I pulled 5 times in 3 days.
Yeah, definitely we can do that.
Yeah.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. It was the Page of Wands.
Ooh, okay. New growth, new beginnings, new stuff. Yeah, I was going to say to you, actually, before we started tonight, you've got new work and new ventures that you're working down, but you've got to prioritize your time. It's like you got to, I know you just said
there could be 48 hours in a day and it wouldn't be enough for me right now.
I was gonna say, I know my guys are laughing, going, prioritize their time. That ain't gonna happen. But no, it's just, and I don't mean that nastily.
No. To be honest, prioritizing is one of the things I'm still working on. Learning how to juggle. I'm a terrible juggler. I drop a lot of balls, so to speak.
But you're changing it for the better. But there's new ways to work. Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for joining us. And thank you, Laura, for having us. Sorry, I'm dropping cards. I was pinging cards left, right, and centre. That's
Michelle said Minty's already on fire. Yeah, what is he not?
It's the squirrel inside of me. Trust me.
I was going to say you're a ginger. You're always on fire.
I love it. But you've got new ways of working, you've got new growth, and it's all about making new connections with new people as well. So it is like your hard work is really starting to pay off.
It is.
But you're doing more seminars, you're doing more talks, you're doing more stuff in groups of people in person as well, and especially over the next 12 months. Does that make sense at all?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
You're writing a book as well.
In motion.
Are you writing a book as well?
How'd you know?
Well,
psychics. They know everything.
No, yes. I say I'm either a schizophrenic with voices in my head, or I'm not bad at guessing. But I
have been working on a book. Yes, I'm about 6 chapters in. It's taking me only about 12 years. But to be honest, I've become a new person probably 5 times over those 12 years. So having to start over from scratch.
I love it.
It's taking so long. I keep reinventing myself, and I'm like, shit.
Oh, bugger, I'm growing. What's this lark all about? Why can't we just have a little plateau? But no, the book is actually going to really take off, but it's also a book of teaching others as well. So yes, you're talking about your journey.
I'm putting real magic and everything that's in there is going to be real. It's going to be accurate.
It is.
To it.
It's about your
storyline is going to be made up, but everything else is going to be accurate and real. I'm going to be training people through story.
Exactly. But you're also going to be sharing your own life experiences and your own journey as well, which is what makes it real, which is why people know that it's legit and genuine. So it's one of those where actually over the next, slow down, say that again. You're going to get it finished by July. Okay, you're going to have it finished by July. It will then go for sale around September, and then you're going to be doing your own kind of public book launch in a way. So it's not like you're going to go for a publisher.
July 2026, is that what you mean?
Say that again.
The July 2026?
No, 2025.
Okay, that makes me feel better. Thank you.
No, July 2025 is when it will be finished. September 2025 is when you start self-publishing it or doing like live book launches and stuff like that.
I'm going to be self-publishing.
Yeah, because there's someone else to do it when you can do it yourself. And also at the same time, you're going to be organising your own book launches in different towns as well.
That's a lot of foreshadowing, Minty.
Say that again, sorry.
I hope I can hold up my end of the bargain here with these prophecies.
You will.
It's just
you will.
Things have been very busy. I feel like I'm parasailing and Spirit's got the wheel.
Yeah. That's exactly how it always is. We just have to hold on tight and hope for the best. Exactly. They say enjoy the journey. It's a hell of a journey.
It is. It is. All kinds of stuff going on. So about that card that's been incessantly harassing me, what about the Page of Wands? Is that essentially the I kind of read that as like the tact, to be more tactful is how my
that was all to do with the Page of Wands.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, is that why it keeps coming up?
Yes. I love it. I'm gonna pull you
right over my head there. That wow.
I'm putting you a Raven Oracle card right now. Gonna pull you a quick Raven Oracle card as well.
Thank you.
It's cool. I love these cards. They're really dark.
Nice.
As I say to Raven, it's my spooky darkness side. So it's one of those where it's my little.
You are well balanced,
Minty. Darkness. Oh, look at this. You got reflective, self-reflection. And I love this because there's been a massive amount of
calling me out already
for you at the moment, and it's allowing you to find your new strength, your new truth, and you're being much more choosy of who's in your circle. You've got rid of a lot of toxic energy around you as well over the last 2 months, and that's been a really positive upliftment as well. So you've always spoke your truth, but you're speaking more of your truth now, and there's people around you now that are genuine. So your circle might have got a little smaller, but it's a lot stronger and a lot better and a lot happier. Does that make sense?
Oh, 100%. Absolutely.
Are you moving
I was literally talking to somebody about this yesterday.
No way. That's so cool. I love it. And are you moving house as well? Because I'm being shown house change coming around October.
Well, funnily enough, I with all the chaos that's happening, I have actually started, because my house is not somewhere for sustainability purposes. My house is very small and it's out in the middle of a lot of people, and my mom's house is a bit quieter. And so if the shit really is going to hit the fan, I am very quick and prepared to just move from one location to another. So kind of, yeah, I actually am kind of packed up and ready if I need to be.
End of September, beginning of October, I think you will be.
Well, yeah, that's my plan, to be fully ready by October. Well, the thing is, we do have some warnings from the Soul Guides that some chaos is going to happen in November, and so yeah,
you're not going to be there.
You're going to be stateside in November, aren't you?
Hell yeah, I'm there in early October.
Okay, wow, it's going to be an interesting time.
I'll be getting to New York on October the 9th.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Cool.
So if you're up for a catch up, it'll be awesome.
It's really funny that you say October the 9th. That's when the other Brits are coming over too. Jono and Andy are coming over October 9th.
On the same plane.
You might actually be on the same flight as Jono and Andy. I'm not even kidding. Yeah.
How nuts would that be?
Are you flying into New York?
I am.
What airport?
JFK.
No, I warned him not to fly into JFK. You didn't get that warning from me. JFK is terrible. You don't want to fly into JFK.
Oh, great.
No, I told him to fly into Newark. JFK is hard to get out of.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Sorry, bud.
You're going to be getting a phone call going.
I'm sorry.
Stuck. You're going to be getting a phone call going, I'm stuck. What do I do?
It took me 5 hours to get out of New York after landing at JFK. I vowed I would never do it again. So,
this is going to be entertaining. That's all I can say.
Well, everything happens for a reason. I'm sure your path is already laid before you. The breadcrumbs, your guides have already set. You know.
If it's any consolation, I've never taken the easy route. I've always made it as difficult for myself as possible. So it kind of fits.
Well, us starseeds, we like a challenge.
Oh, hell yeah. I love it. It's going to be awesome.
Maybe we should pull a card for Minty and Minty's trip and how
Don't do that, Christ. You'll get like the Tower, the death card.
Actually, it's funny is Minty, I have my cards right here. Actually, now that I mention it, Maybe I should pull a card for you before we begin, huh?
Oh, please, I'd love to. Thank you. I'm intrigued now. I am intrigued.
Hang on, I got to ban a spammer. Bye-bye.
Well, hey! Oh, thank you. Peace. Please pray for us.
Right.
Please pray for us.
Hand chakras. Let's see. Card for Minty.
Oh.
Temperance, Minty. You got temperance.
I've got the what?
You got the temperance card.
Oh, bloody hell. I always get I haven't got any patience.
That's why you got it.
I know, my guys like to wind me up.
No, since I'm not a master like you, I'm gonna have to consult my little deck here. My little book.
That's cool. Thank you.
I love this little book though. It's so cute. This is my last unicorn deck.
Oh, no way.
It's my favorite deck. There's just something about nostalgia that makes the deck stronger. You ever notice that? Like when there's something nostalgic about the deck, you feel so much more love for it, and it almost feels like it's so much more accurate because of your love for the deck.
That's
so
true.
This is the most accurate deck I've ever had, probably for that reason. Okay, so I'll read it out. Let's see. Prince Lear sits on a kitchen bench, studiously peeling potatoes. A momentary portrait of calm in the midst of battering waves surrounding the castle, and his mind is focused on nothing but the task at hand. He has his work cut out for him, and it is only just the beginning of his labors. He has not yet learned how not to cut himself, but the lesson will be learned by practice, by the application of self, and by the helpful advice of Molly. Even a prince is not above kitchen duties.
I love that. I really
I know, right? Avoiding extremes and balancing your emotions and viewpoints. Temperance suggests taking the middle ground and seeking moderation in both thought and action. This is a card of deliberate transformation and sensibility with awareness throughout the process. This is the time to be the peacekeeper or to seek common ground and a diplomatic approach. You are best served by finding ways to successfully mix the components of your circumstances into greater harmony and making them work together to form something even greater. Nice card.
That's really, really cool, actually. I like that. Yeah. And I think it is. And I think, okay, I know I'm flying into JFK.
I will give you some pointers.
Please do. Please do.
I got you. Don't worry.
You got me. I haven't got me. But I do. I feel like it. Yeah, it's going to be a learning curve. It's one of those where it's like, well, you're going to learn not to do this again.
Well, like I said, are you going into New York City, like the actual city side of it?
Yeah.
Or are you trying to get out of the city right away? Because that's the hard part. The latter might be difficult.
No, I'm hoping to stay in New York for a couple of days. There's a couple of friends there that I'm hoping to meet up with. I think hopefully Raven's going to meet us there, actually. Fingers crossed. And then there's also another guy there I'm going to meet up with as well, hopefully. Have a real good look around there. And then I'm going to kind of go off in a direction of I'm not sure yet.
You're more than welcome to come visit me, Minty. I'll take you on some adventures. We'll have fun.
I would absolutely love that. And I definitely...
Most definitely.
That would be absolutely awesome.
Hello, everybody that we didn't say good morning to. Hello. I'm enjoying my conversation with Minty so much. I haven't even been reading the comments. Hello. So shall we pull some cards today for people?
Hell yeah. Yeah, we got
Who's going through some shit right now that would really, really like a card?
I was going to say, anyone got a particular question that they've got a difficulty with or something? I wouldn't want to be in New York City in November. Is that because of the presidential election stuff going on?
The chaos that may ensue after the election or around the election, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be in New York then.
I was going to say, get out of the city by November 1st. You should be fine.
I think I will be. I'm only hoping to stay there for a couple of days and then I want to move on and probably explore and have a good look around.
Indeed, love it. All
What's
right.
That?
Well,
oh, cool. My cool brother from another mother. Oh, thank you, Jack. That's really cool. Right. Tracy Pickett. having trouble finding work, let's come to you, Tracy Pickett. That's who I'm being drawn to, if that's all right, Lara.
That's perfectly all right. We're going to do...
Sorry, it's Lara, not Laura, isn't it? It's Lara.
People call me Lara, Lara, Lyra. I don't care. You can call me anything.
Cool. It's all right. It's the squirrel in me. I forget.
Yeah, you're cool.
I don't ever mean it disrespectfully or rudely or anything like
that.
No,
I honestly, I hear all three, so I'm used to it.
That's cool. Right, Tracy
Laura, Laura, and Lara.
Let's come to Tracy. Tracy. Let's have a pudding tongue. I love that. I'm loving the comments. The comments are amazing. It's truly awesome.
Oh, these guys are fun. I think we're gonna have to pull some numbers though, because we got a lot of people wanting.
We will. But Tracy, I've got the card Playful for you, and they're just wanting you to try and. It's easier said than done, but try and relax with this a little bit. I actually do feel I wouldn't be surprised if you were looking at wanting to go into caring, nursing, or looking after other people, because I feel like that is kind of your character. You love helping others, you love working with other people, so I feel like there is that kind of nurturing, caring side of you coming out. I do actually feel like there is new work coming in for you, or certainly interviews coming up middle of August, and I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of August, beginning of September, that actually you're going to get 2 different job offers. And it's not about picking right or wrong, it's about picking the one that is going to make you the happiest. But your hard work is paying off. And it is one of those where don't just apply for anything and everything. Really focus on what it is that you want to do and follow your heart and follow your passion, because I do feel that that is massively important for you, because it's like you've done other jobs in the past where it wasn't really about following your heart or your soul, and they didn't really satisfy, and they got you down quite quickly. Whereas now is like an opportunity of, actually, you know what, I really want to go into this. So I do actually feel middle of August, end of September, there is new work coming for you, Tracy. But just remembering to have time for you, have that little bit of fun, that little bit of laughter. It is coming together. I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. And thank you for letting me link in.
Oh, that is lovely. Bit of positivity there. Bit of inspiration. Let's see. We've got quite a few people who need a card. Let's see.
Cool.
The first person to ask. I'm going to do a couple singles.
Cool. Let's go for it.
I'm trying to see who the very first person to ask was. I think it was. I think it was Erica.
Did you have a question?
I don't think so. She just said, "May I have a card, please?" Okay. We'll do a reading for Erica.
Erica, let's have a look, Erica. Let's see what we got a card jump out straight away for you. Oh, one of my favorite cards in this deck, Sacred Journey, and I love this. And for you, it's all about finding home and being at home. Now, home isn't always necessarily in the physical sense. It's actually more to do with finding your inner self and finding you again. And you're finding your strength and you're speaking your voice at the moment, and you love being out in nature because that's giving you grounding and protection, and that's what you're needing. I do feel like you follow quite a spiritual path, and if you don't work with spirits, I do feel like, Tracy, you're more than welcome. I don't feel like you I feel like you do follow a spiritual path, and I feel like you should be working with spirit yourself, and I feel like you're wanting to start more of this journey, and I feel like there's new courses or new workshops that are opening up for you. But you should be doing readings for others because you're extremely intuitive and you pick up on people very quickly, very easily. But it's also remembering to give yourself time for you, and it is about you finding you again. And it's knowing and this is the hardest thing that we always struggle with as people, is finding our worth, valuing ourselves. You are allowed to value ourselves. We are allowed to be selfish. We all have needs, wants, and desires. And when people say, oh, you shouldn't be selfish, it's like, no, that's rubbish. You should be, because we all have needs, wants, and desires, and we're allowed to follow those. It's about balance. And this is sometimes where people get it wrong. If they're doing too much of following their own thing, then that's where the balance comes out, I think. But you're in balance. It is all about new beginnings. It is all about new starts for you. And home is your sanctuary, and you're much more choosy of who you're bringing into your inner circle. And I want to say the last 2 months, you've been getting rid of negative, toxic people, but this has been empowering for you. So, Erica, I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps. And thank you for letting me link in with you.
Perfect. Wonderful, Minty. That's a good one. Thank you. Rebecca has a big life decision to make, so we'll pull a couple more single cards. One for Rebecca.
Rebecca's got a big decision to make.
Yes.
I'm going to go to my Raven Oracle deck. This really has been quite it's been on your mind, it's been in your head for about the last 3 months, and there's a lot of emotion tied in with this as well. So this is quite this isn't like a big decision in a materialistic sense. This is a big decision going on in an emotional feeling kind of sense. And I feel like this is all to do with relationships or friendships, if that makes any sense or not. I hope it does. And thank you for the confirmation so far. Can you just confirm that it is to do on an emotional level rather than like a materialism? So when I'm talking about materialism, it's not to do with work or jobs or anything. This is more to do with, like, the feeling I've got is relationships or family. Family seems to be important, but I feel like it's about you having to put yourself first now for once, and you're having to speak your truth. The answers are inside you, and it is so emotional. I felt like it was, and thank you for the confirmation. The answer is inside you, and it's kind of sitting, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, and please don't think I'm being rude, but it's like sitting in the pit of my stomach at the moment. It's like, I know the choice, I know the decision I've got to make. It's not an easy one, and it is going to be a bit of a tower moment that's going on, because it's like I am literally kind of, it's not necessarily starting from scratch, but I'm starting again, and I've got a solid base and foundation that I'm wanting to build on, but there is people in my life that can't come with me on this journey, is what I'm being shown. Oh, my lights have gone out. Bear with me a second. There we go. And I love how the lights go out.
That matched with me so bad. It was really funny. Sorry.
It's all good. And it is a scary start. It is a scary beginning, but it's the one that's going to bring you the most empowering. And it's really empowering and lifting you, and you're taking your energy and you're taking your power back. Yeah, no, you're not letting people down. I mean, sadly, sometimes it feels like we're letting people down. And yes, in some respects you are, but at the same time, if you don't do this, this will turn into resentment and hatred, and you'll regret not making this choice. So I do feel that this is very much about, I've got to do what's right for me. And people that care will know it. People that don't care won't know it, and they're not worth your time. So again, it makes it very easy to get rid of the negative and the toxic in that sense. But it is a hell of a new adventure. It is starting around the beginning of November for you, because there's a lot of planning and preparation that is going to be going on with this. But it's a new journey, and it's a new start that's also, yes, it's scary, but it's exciting at the same time. And it's going to be, like I say, really empowering. And I've just had a card jump out for you. It's called the Citadel. So I feel like it's to do with a new home, new change, new foundations, new learning, it's like meeting new people. This has been tied to a relationship that I feel that, please forgive me if I'm wrong with this, Rebecca. I never want to cause upset, disrespect, or being rude, but I feel like there's a relationship that's going like that. And I feel like if you've got to do what makes you happy, you are only responsible for your own happiness. You are not responsible for anybody else's happiness. And people tend to forget that. We are only ever responsible for our own happiness. That doesn't mean we have to go around being rude, and we can be delicate and we can be gentle. I feel like the relationship is a dark cloud. That's exactly what I was getting. This is why I got the feeling that this relationship is going that way. You're wanting more from the relationship. You need the communication, and you are not responsible for making your partner happy. You're only responsible for making yourself happy. They're responsible for making themselves happy. And then that should have a ripple effect of lifting each other up. If it's one-sided, it can be very, very draining. But the choices that you are making will bring you new happiness, new strength. It is a new journey. You won't be on your own forever. I feel that there's a new relationship for you next year around April, May, but you need some time for you. Rebecca, I hope that makes sense, and I hope that helps. And thank you for letting me link in.
Oh, wonderful, Minty.
Thank you.
Well, since there's nearly 90 people watching, we'd be here all day doing these single ones. Let's throw some numbers out, shall we?
Let's throw some numbers out. We'll do some.
Everybody wants a card, and I don't blame them. So Let's see. All right, we'll pull some numbers. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and let's go 10. We could probably do 10 readings today.
Yeah, we can do that.
So thinking of a number between 1 and 10. If you can think of the same numbers that I am thinking of, then this reading is for you. And that's funny because look at all those threes. That was the first thing that
I was going to say the first number you're thinking of is 3.
It is.
Right, let's go with number 3.
I'm an open book.
Let's go with number 3. This Perfect. Is for anyone that's number 3.
But keep in mind that if it resonates with you, your guides wanted you to hear it anyway. So even if you didn't have the right number in your head, that it was meant for you to hear it. So, all right. Well,
it's kind of irony that the card that I've pulled is called Transformation, because as I was linking in with the number 3s, this is all about emotions. This is all about working on yourself. This is all about progression, improvement. It's all about like looking at my life and seeing where I can make changes, where I can make improvements. And actually, funny enough, talking of 3s, the next 3 months are going to be very, very transformational for people who have picked number 3, because there's change of careers, there's change of relationships, friendships. But it's all about what doesn't serve me, I'm letting go. I'm going really goosepimply. I love this. Ruining me.
I love the goosebumps.
So it's one of those where it's like anything that doesn't serve me, I'm getting rid of. And this is becoming really empowering. And this is stuff that is like, there's real big, quick changes that are coming, but it is all for the better. And it's what people have been, pick number 3 especially, I've been asking for change, been asking for new directions, been asking for new paths. So certainly over the next 4 weeks, start noticing the signs, start trusting your feelings, start trusting your intuition, because you are growing, you are actually moving forward into a much more positive light, and you're raising your vibration. You're not dealing with toxic, negative people anymore. And it's actually trying to share love, happiness, and smiles. You know, I do this wonderful thing of walking down the street and I just smile and say good morning or hello to people as I'm walking around. And at first, people will look at you as though you got 2 heads and think you're a bit odd. But surprisingly, 9 times out of 10, they will smile, say hello. And you just see their little energy levels raise a little bit. And you're like, you know what? That's spreading that little bit of happiness. And I think that's the great thing, I must admit.
There's just yesterday, there was a lady stuck in a weird position. And I actually stopped all the cars behind me to let her out. And I could see, awesome. And I did that. I gave her a smile and a thumbs up. You could see her glow. She was like,
I love it. I love it. I really, really
just a smile and and just a pause, just a little moment of kindness. She was, you could tell she was ready to just at me out the window.
And that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. I love Daniel Jackson's comment, me and Minty in the same room. My God, I love it. I love it. Leanne, I'm glad that makes sense and you're excited. Hi, Magdalene from South Africa.
I was going to say, I was definitely one of those 3s. I resonated with that big time. Thank you. Big changes, big setting things in motion, prioritizing, you know, getting things up and running. There's all kinds of exciting things happening right now.
There really is. There really is.
I like how Jessica says it just takes one little spark.
You know what I really, really dislike about what sometimes I hear a lot of people say, like the world's a scary place or nothing good is really going on. And it's like, when I'm hearing people saying that, it's like, do you actually see what's going on around you? Because I'll be honest, 90% of the people on the planet actually just want to live side by side, quite happily, quite a piece. Hi, Raven. Happy Thursday. Thank you for joining us. Lead with energy. That's Raven's other page. She's an amazing media.
Okay, cool. We were just talking about you, Raven. Nice to see you.
That's cool. But you know what? It is about like 90% of people actually want to live side by side quite happily. No one actually really doesn't like their neighbors. It's because the social media and media itself is trying to bring this fear in. It's like, actually, it's ridiculous because you know what? People are actually quite nice. And actually, life isn't that bad. Even if you just walk outside, whether you're in a town, a city, the countryside, wherever, you're going to find little pockets of nature. And it might be that you see like a little robin just doing its own little thing. Funny enough, I did this yesterday. I was sat in the park, little robin. I was watching him for about 10 minutes. And he was quite happy in his own little energy, getting his little worms through, which I'm feeling is for his family. I think he's just had chicks from what he was saying to me, because I was talking to him as I do. You know, I just talk to the animals because I'm bloody Dr. Doolittle. But it brings that happiness, you know. And then I had another guy come over, and a little dog come running over to me, and he's like, "Oh, I'm really sorry, the dog's come over." I was like, "Why are you apologising? It's a dog. It's cool. It's awesome." And the dog was like basically trying to lick me to death, which was even better. And the owner was like, "I'm really sorry." I'm like, "Do not apologise. It's okay. And don't worry, I'm not going to steal your dog. I mean, I love your dog, but I won't steal it. You know, I might look like a ginger Viking that might run off with a dog or something, but I promise you, I'm not going to steal your dog." You know, people are letting other people out. People are wanting happiness. They are wanting that love. And that is actually overcoming all the difficulties that are going on. So my best advice has always been, turn the bloody TV off. Go and walk outside. Walk down the street for half an hour. Say hello to every single person that you meet. I tell you what, you're going to feel 100 times better by the end of it. Love that, Minty. Cool. Just know that if you do that around New York City, you might get mixed reactions. Well, I'm going to find out when I get there, ain't I? Because it's exactly what I'm going to do. I can't help myself. I'm like, most New Yorkers are really lovely people. They're the salt of the earth kind of people. But you do find the odd people that don't like people, even though they're around people. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, you know, those are the ones that need love the most, though. You know, those are the ones you got to give an extra little mwah. Exactly. You just got to give them that little bit of extra happiness and go, look, mate, it's all good. I will never forget the time I was walking through London and I said, morning. And the person looked at me like, oh, I got that all the time. Whenever I visit that around here, good to know. It's like whenever I visit London. It's like when I visit London, Birmingham, wherever. It's like they look at you as though you got two eyes. It's like, look, mate, I'm not going to punch you. I'm just saying hello. He's like, have a little fun. I'm the idiot. I always say hello to everybody. I'm always walking around with a smile. Yeah, and I notice smiles are contagious. When you smile at people on the street, they do tend to smile back. You know, it's a nice thing to do. It's when they realize that they're doing it like instinctively rather than with thought. And then it's like all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, I'm smiling. And it's like, yes, you are. And they're feeling great. Yeah, 100%. And people feel that energy. You know, humans are telepathic. They are very, you know, not as many people recognize that they're empathic either. So they don't realize that when your vibe comes into the room and they feel better, you know, it's like, I bet everybody feels better when you walk in the room, Minty. I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of people that probably I irritate and annoy the hell out of when I walk in. I'm like, some people don't like high vibe energy though because of the disparity between the vibration. They're like, no, I'm happy down here. Get out of here with your high vibes. It's when they try to drive me down. I'm like, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't working. It's not happening. My sister's one of those. My sister's like, get out of here with your high vibe. I don't want to look at it right now. She just calls it my annoying. You're being annoying. Go away. I've been told that a few times, to be fair. You know, your vibe attracts your tribe, as they say. I love that. It ain't good. You are so right. The further north I go up this country, the bloody friendlier you are. You go into London. That is true. I went into Inverness a few weeks, probably about a couple of months ago now. And, you know, I'm walking around Inverness, doing my usual, morning, how are you, kind of thing, you know. And people are so friendly and they stop and chat. And it was brilliant. Go down south and everyone's like, oh, so miserable boy. You're like, oh, shit. Yeah, well, up north, you know, we gotta snuggle more. We gotta stay warmer. We gotta get along better to survive, you know. Let's get some more numbers out here. Let's get the numbers going. What numbers are in your mind, guys? Beautiful place. Between number 1 and 10. Northumberland is beautiful. Oh, it's stunning. It really is. I must admit. I mean, I am quite lucky in the country I live in because I ain't going to lie. I live in a beautiful country. I love the countryside. And, you know, it is one of those that it's just so nice to see. but I'm also knowing that there's a big bloody world out there, and I'm looking forward to seeing that as well.
I don't know why, but the sevens. I feel like 7 is the number for this one.
7, and we got a card jump out.
Sevens really stood out that time. I think that was definitely yeah.
Well, I had a card jump out as soon as you said 7. And you know what? I was talking about my little Robin. Look what's jumped out.
Oh, look at that. I love Robins.
The little Robins. I love the Robins. I really do. And this is about, I feel that people that are in number 7 are going through a bit of a difficult time at the moment. And I feel like they need to pause. They need to rest. They need to look after themselves. They need to just take that little bit of time out. And it is kind of closing the door to the world. And there's nothing wrong with resting. There's nothing wrong with pausing, because I hope my lights have gone out again.
There's nothing wrong with pausing. Click.
This is going to be
entertaining. You guys are messing with your lights today. That was funny.
Well, it's because they're on a timer, and if I don't move around enough, they think I've probably like hopped off twig.
The timing was too perfect, Minty. I don't know.
But for the number 7s, you're needing time for you. You're needing time to rest. You're needing time for reflection. And it's about planning and organizing and looking towards your future as well. And don't ever lose hope. There is always hope. Again, I just feel like I'm needing that little bit of comfort. I'm needing that little bit of strength. If you can get into the outdoors, if you can get into a garden, the park, doesn't matter where you are. And I'm going to bang on about my trees like I always do. Go and try and connect with a tree. If you haven't got a tree, go and find some water, like a river, a lake, the sea, or the ocean. Go and put your feet on some grass. You know, take your shoes and socks off and connect with the earth. It will just uplift your energy. So I hope this is all making sense.
Grounding is very important. Absolutely. Thank you, Minty. And yes,
things are going to get better for them over the next 2 weeks. There's like a lot of change going. It's like it's chaotic change at the moment, but the next 2 weeks are going to settle. Sorry, they just wanted to add that little bit in as well.
Good to know. Thank you.
Wonderful. Who we got?
All right. Another numbers. Let's see. What are you guys thinking? What number shall we pull next?
It's so cool seeing all your guys' comments on here today. And thank you again so much for having me on your page, because I really love being on here.
Oh, yeah, we have the best group. We really do. We are so blessed.
You know what would be really cool? If when I come over, would you fancy doing a live in person, so to speak?
Of course. Absolutely.
Would that be pretty cool?
100%. Yes, totally.
Because I think that I can just imagine our energy together would just be like bang.
I'm gonna get your page. Some people are asking where they can find you. Minty May.
Well, I've got my Facebook page. I'm also on TikTok as well. Minty May 79. You can find me on TikTok, or you can find me on Facebook.
Why is it not coming up there? That's weird. There we go. Gotcha. Gotcha. There we go. All destinations. There you go. There's the link if you guys want to follow Minty. You do these on your page as well. He goes live all the time.
I go live on my Facebook page, or I'm also doing more lives on my TikTok, and I will send a link to my TikTok page as well. But I do lives on both. I do lives on both.
I need to get on TikTok. Where all the youngsters are hiding.
So much fun. They've got cookies.
I know. I need to get on TikTok and add it to my list. Yeah, never a dull moment. All right, so number 4s were standing out that time.
Number 4s. Well, actually, funny enough, you're talking about number 4. This feels more financial. This feels like people are trying to sort finances out and working on their finances. There might be a little bit of a worry about their finances at the moment. I'm actually going to use a tarot deck that my mate designed from SPTV when I used to do my lives on there. So I'm actually going to pull this one. But it's one of those where the first thing I'm being told to say is Facebook will not allow me to add in. Hopefully you can like my Facebook business page if you can. Or drop me a message.
1979, that's the one. I just let to share the link. Yeah. You should be able to like
that's cool. If not, drop me a message and I'll try and sort something out.
That's his public page. You wouldn't be able to add him as a friend on his public page. He's got a private page though, Daniel Jackson. You'll find him.
You will. You will. You'll find me somewhere. I'll be lurking. But no, going back to the finances, it's one of those where it's just being a little bit careful with money at the moment. It's that little bit careful of what I'm spending, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's like I'm looking at trying to save, or I'm clearing bills, or I'm clearing stuff. And I just feel like the next 3 or 4 months is just being careful with my money. And it's one of those where it's like, don't lend anyone any. I feel like people who have picked number 4, I feel like they've got people asking to borrow money from them. And I just feel like I want to keep it for me, because I think it would be written as a bad debt, if I'm perfectly honest with you. I'm going to
never loan out money unless you consider you would be fine with it being a gift.
I always say, if you're happy to throw it away, and you don't losing it, and if you get it back, it's a bonus. But if you don't have it back, it's not going to destroy your life, or then lend it. I'm personally not a great fan of lending money, I'll be honest. But I've got the air card. Now I've got the card of the air. Oh, thank you, Lead. Raven, sorry, thank you. I mean that. Sorry, I just saw Lead. Like that. But I'm so grateful. I got the air card, and it's just breathing new energy in. It's breathing new energy into your finances, and it is just having that little bit of uplift. Yes, it's like looking like I've got to be a little bit careful at the moment, but it's like I'm saving for the future. I'm planning ahead. I'm planning. I've got house buying going on. Someone on number 4 is looking at wanting to buy a house, and I'm being told to say, sit tight for now. Wait until around January, February. Prices are going to be better.
Oh, I bet they will.
So that's what I'm being. Hope that makes sense.
All right. So, what number shall we pull next? What number haven't we called? Let's see.
I reckon number 8.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to go for number 8, and I'm going to go back to the Ravens Oracle deck for number 8. Oh,
those of you who've got 8 in your hand,
jump out for number 8, and it's called Divine. So again, like, this is for people that are following their spiritual path but wanting to bring their creativity into it at the same time as well. It's like they like learning new courses, new challenges. And the people that have chosen number 8 like a challenge. They like to push themselves out there, you know, or a bit like me flying into JFK. By all accounts, I haven't even figured that bit out yet, but there we go. But
I'll get you. Don't worry about
it. Your intuition, it's trusting your gut feelings, trusting that intuition, and connecting more with spirit. You might be struggling with trying to meditate at the moment. Now, someone always say about meditation, the harder you try, the less you get. It's one of those things where you don't try as hard. Now, sometimes I've gone through a meditation and I've had an amazing journey. Other times I've sat there for about 10 minutes and it's been like, well, that was a waste of bloody time. And then days later, things drop in. I'm like, oh, maybe it wasn't. And then there's been other times I've fell asleep. And that's okay as well. And the thing is, spirit will give you what you need, not what you want. And it's about trying to find that new path. So it is looking at new courses, but trust when you're signing up to a new course, really look into the person that is going to be delivering the course. Sadly, in this world, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, there's a lot of egos in the spiritual world, which isn't a great thing, to be fair. You know, no one's better than you, no one's worse than you.
We're all working on something. Yeah,
we all work on our own level, on our own plane, and it doesn't mean that one person's right, one person's wrong. But if you've got someone that's trying to dictate to you how they work, or dictate to you how you should be working, run for the hills. Do not listen to them at all, because everyone's spiritual journey is very personal. It's great to share your advice. It's great to share your opinions. It's great to try and support and uplift each other. And if something resonates with you, awesome. If it doesn't, that's also awesome too, because not one person has all the answers. And that is the most important thing. Not one person has all the answers. But we do have our own answers, and we have to learn to listen to ourselves. We have to learn to listen to what makes my heart sing, what makes me miserable. If someone's making you miserable, you definitely know you're going the wrong way. But if someone, and I always say this to people as well, if someone feels like you're pushing water uphill, you're going the wrong way. Now, it took me 20 years to realize that, because trust me, I tried pushing water uphill for that long. then it took me on a hell of a detour. I'm sure my guys are going, oh my God, what's he doing? I don't think they're completely convinced that I've learned now. But anyway.
They're like, we're going to test you on that later, Minty. That's too bad you got a test coming. Let's see if he's actually mastered this like he thinks he has.
Hang on, of course I haven't. I'm still bloody winging it. My guys are going along going, off that cliff. Oh, okay. But if something is flowing, don't question it, because it means you're going the right way. That's not to say that it's still not hard work, because you still got to put effort in. You still got to put the work in to get the true essence of what you're trying to do. But, you know, it just shows that you're coming at the right time. So I hope that makes sense for all the number 8s.
Oh, that was a great reading. Thank you, Minty.
That's cool. I'm loving what did you say? Everything is much slower here as opposed to Sydney.
They're talking about Australia. Yeah, they're talking about. They're still talking about where all the nice people are.
There's nice people all over the world. You just got to smile at them.
Yeah, exactly.
Just got to say hello. It's not scary.
You know what's funny? One of the things I've noticed that people in third world countries are always, in generally, very kind people. Especially in South Africa. I see there's a lot of South Africans watching. South Africa is a very special place in my heart. It's one of my favorite places in the whole world. And South Africans they're the salt of the earth type of people. They really are. You know, they're just wonderful, wonderful people. Just wanted to say that real quick.
The people who have a less on a materialistic level, I've tend to found, not saying everyone, just on a very, very loose generalization, are the much more. Because it's not about what you can give in a material sense, but they are very good on the emotional, energetic, inspirational, in a physical sense. They're much more giving.
Yeah, because they've overcome struggle and they've known what it's like to not have those things and to be in those shitty situations. So yeah, I mean, people come together when they struggle. You know, they learn that they need each other more.
They do. And the amount of times that I'll see people and it'll be like, you'll always give someone your time because you would never want someone to feel loneliness. And that has got to be what I feel. For me, that's one of the most horrible things, is that if you're feeling lonely and there's no one around, that's heartbreaking.
I think that's generally something that is affecting most people these days. I think that generally, you know, most people do kind of feel left in the dark, so to speak. You know, it's like, you know, like we used to have a very tribal type of setting, you know, this Ubuntu lifestyle. And that's one of my favorite things about South Africa in general, or just understanding that Ubuntu is life, you know. I am and you are because we are. You can't have something and then have another person not have something and then, you know, feel like everything is balanced.
Exactly. And balance is massively important at the end of the day.
It really is. Let's pull some more cards. What number have you guys got in your head? Let's pull some more. What numbers have you guys thinking for a reading right now? Thanks, Jordan.
Oh, let's go for number 2, shall we?
That was the number that was in my head before I even asked.
That is so cool. I love it. Right. Number 2s. What's going on with number 2? Oh, show me that again. Travel. Number 2 needs to travel. Number 2 needs holiday. Number 2 needs time off, space. It's like they're all work. And it's one of those where it's remembering to have time out, remembering to have time off. It's okay to rest. It's not about being unproductive if you're not doing something, because by not doing something, you're giving yourself time to recharge. And if you don't allow yourself time to recharge, then you can't carry on doing the work that you're doing, because you're going to burn yourself out and you're going to hit a brick wall. And then you're no good to anybody, let alone yourself. So it is one of those. But I'm also seeing new career opportunities. So people that have picked number 2 are looking for new work or looking at their career. again, I just feel like it's new opportunities that are coming up over the next couple of months.
How exciting.
It's remembering to have that little bit of time out. And the card, I love this. My favorite card in this deck, the oak tree, journey's end.
Beautiful.
Time to stop, time to sit still, time to look at what you've done, look at the hard work you've done, look at the growth that you've achieved. Massively, massively important. Now, something I always talk about, even trees teach us how to rest. Because even though they're not moving at 100 miles an hour, they're still growing, they're still moving forward. So it just teaches us that even if we take that moment of pause, whether that's a day, a week, a year, a month, whatever, if we take that moment of pause, we're still growing, we're still moving forward. And that is massively important. And, you know, the beautiful thing with trees is they will make sure that every single leaf gets an equal amount of food. Water, sunlight, the air. But the tree will also provide a home for all the other animals as well. They are a massive important network to our society. Not only do they give us oxygen, but they also help the planet grow as well. And they really teach us how to ground and how to be. And that is massively important. So I hope that makes sense and I hope that helps.
Oak trees are one of my absolute favorites. That's a great card. Thank you.
Funny enough, I was in my pub with my oak tree before I came live. An hour before I came live, I went and got myself a milkshake, a raspberry ripple one. And I don't know why I had to tell you what flavour it was.
Delicious. Love it.
I was just sat there under my tree, and it's like I was seeing other people enjoying the park because now in the UK, kids are off school and summer holidays and stuff. And you see the families around, and I've got this amazing event going on this weekend in my local town, which I'm at, which is the Battle of Evesham. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm just sort of sat there under my tree, enjoying my milkshake and just thinking, you know what, sun's shining. The tree is providing me with shade. So hopefully being ginger, I haven't got too red or too burnt. I probably have. I mean, I have to be outside for 30 seconds and I turn all the flame. But it was just allowing me to appreciate that moment of stillness, that moment of calm, and that moment of peace. And it's so important. And one of the things I've been saying a couple of times this week to a friend of mine, I need some green. I need to get in some nature because it's like it's all been work. Remember. So I hope that makes sense.
It does indeed. I really feel like getting out to nature is one of the things that we don't do enough. You can never have enough time in nature. I feel like we are nature and we disconnect ourselves from it all the time. And so it's
you can, and also you don't have to use nature. Funny enough, Raven made this very valid point the other day on one of her lives that she did. And I do want to share this because it was really important. As humans, we can be very good at distracting ourselves from actually doing the work we need to do. And it's one of those that sometimes people will go out into nature as an example and use that as a distraction to put them to put off doing work that might be needing to be done, whether that's a physical work, whether that's emotional, mental, or any kind of work like that. But you can still enjoy being out in nature and still be focused and still be doing your work. And you'll find it'll be much more productive because if you've got flowers blooming, you've got the bees are buzzing around the flowers, you've got the trees growing, that can be massively inspirational. And because you're in such a great energy as well, that's going to help you focus on your work. So don't use nature to distract you from your work that you want to do. Use it to enhance the work that you want to do. And I think that's massively important. And Raven is just commenting, yes, yes. And it was such a valid point. I had to share it. So that's not my fault. I agree with the thought, but I don't want to take all the credit because it was. And
I was just having a giggle to myself. Michelle says nature is under a heat advisory today here in Florida.
I think it's under a heat advisory here as well in the UK.
It is here as well. Yes, we literally do have a heat advisory. It's going to be 94 today. So, wow. Yeah.
It was 32 degrees yesterday, which is around about
the same temp. Yeah, it's about it's about 93. I was
grateful for working in a fridge. I literally have like a muggle's job where I work in a fridge packing fruit and veg. So yesterday I was really, really grateful for it. But as soon as I came outside, it was like stepping off a plane because I literally had a wall of heat hit me and it was like, whoa, that's warm.
Oh yeah, it's the humidity that gets me the most. The humidity is intense. It took me. My hair still isn't dry. I took a shower 2.5 hours ago. My hair still isn't dried yet.
Well, I had to go and get shaved. I mean, I literally had to go and get shaved today. I was just like, I got a little bit of fuzz going on where I like shaving, and I just went into my barber and I went, I'm a little sweaty. I do apologise, but I really need a shave. And she was like,
"It has been intense." Most definitely. But yeah,
have we got time for one more?
Oh yeah, we have plenty of time. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Shall we do another one?
Let's do a collective reading. In fact, if you don't mind, can we do 2 of those? One for everybody that's watching the call, and then one for, I guess, humanity itself over the next coming months. Yeah?
Yeah, no worries. Let's do that. Let's do the one for the one that's on the live.
One for the collective that's watching today, and then for the outer collective. This is the inner collective.
No, that's an awesome idea, and I love that. I love that. And literally, as I'm linking in, the first thing I'm being shown is sitting outside, and I love doing this, whether it's preferably by the ocean or a big body of water, but at night time when you can see the stars, when you can see the cosmos, and it is just raising your vibration out into that. So that's one of the things that I was just being shown as a vision, which I think is absolutely beautiful. And there's nothing quite like having fish and chips by the water at night, and you can literally see the moon and the stars. And actually, talking of the moon, we got a new moon coming in this weekend, so it's all about new beginnings, new starts. Set your intentions.
Today is also a pagan holiday. I can never say it right, though.
Holiday of Lammas as well.
Yeah.
First of the harvest festivals.
It is indeed, yes.
All about reward and growth. It's showing you that your hard work is starting to pay off and you're starting to reap in the rewards as well. But let's put a collective
card. I love it, the new moon as well. I'm such a fan of the new moon. It's my favorite. Ooh, so
for the collective card, how talking about being out in nature, we got the wild mage.
Perfect for today. Look at that.
But there's also a beautiful dragon at the bottom as well, and it's bringing in that dragon energy. So for anyone that is questioning on whether to start something new or not, do not question it. Give it a go. You've got nothing to lose. It's all about growth. It's all about pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. And it's take the energy from the earth that you need, but give back what you don't, and throw yourself forward. And especially into this new moon, it's the new start. It's all about setting those intentions. And actually, over the next coming months, there's going to be new ideas that are coming in that are going to start to come to fruition. So whether it's like moving house, new job, new relationship, new friendships, new hobbies, meeting new people, giving yourself time, whatever it is that you're starting on, this is exactly the right time to be doing this, because yes, it's hard work, but it's going to pay off. I hope that makes sense.
Oh, it's exactly the message we were hoping for. Thank you, Minty.
And let's do a card
challenge. You know, it keeps things interesting. And if you get something wonderful from it, then yay. You know, that was the whole point.
I love that. I love that. Let's do a collective for humanity, so to speak.
Yeah.
Next 3 months are going to be quite chaotic. And I mean, I know you guys have got your election. We've just had ours, and we've got a new leader, apparently. Apparently.
You know what's funny? Our next election is happening on November 5th. Sorry, remember the 5th of November?
Yeah, Guy Fawkes had
you had your election on the July 4th, which is our Independence Day. It's weird how they have them both. That is not an accident.
That's not an accident at all, and it's certainly not weird in any shape or form. That's definitely weird. But just remember, as a global collective, to take, and again, they're repeating it, take time out. Don't get lost in the media. Don't get lost in the fear. remember that people actually do want to help each other at the end of the day. Now, I am going to pull one of these tarot cards. Got to go in the middle of the deck. Okay, we'll go to the, okay. And I've got to pull 3.
Daniel.
I'm like,
Daniel, look what you did, Daniel. You manifested that. I'm gonna go get my bubble gun now.
I love it. I really
that was funny. Daniel really is tuned into you today, isn't he?
It really, really is. So here's the first card that I pulled, and it's the Fighter. And this is all about remembering how strong you are. You know, even though sometimes things can be really, really difficult and really, really quite draining and hard, it's remembering that whatever you've gone through before, you've got to this point. So remember the difficult times that you have gone out, that has got hard for you, and you got through it. Because this is just reminding you that you still can get through everything. Got a self-reflection. Massive amount of self-reflection.
There's going to be a lot of that. Yes, definitely.
Going on.
But I have at least 5 weeks of self-reflection.
But it's just remembering that, you know, it's okay to look in ourselves. It's okay to look at what we can improve on. It's okay to know, you know, it's great knowing our strengths, but it's also equally important to know our flaws, because it's our flaws that we need to work on. It's our flaws that we need to focus on. And it's not about looking at it in a negative way. It's like looking at it as in a way of, how can I make this better? How can I improve this? You know, there's always stuff to be learning. There's, you know, like I said, no one ever knows everything. And then the last card I got is Archangel Metatron. And this for me is very much about protection, strength, and direction. Whatever you truly put your heart into, you can achieve it. And that's the most important thing.
Beautifully said, Minty. What a mic drop moment there for the end.
Oh,
that was perfect. We really do. We have challenges ahead of us, but I feel like humanity, we've got this, you know?
We have.
There was a clip today that I shared on my page where Bashar was asked a question. He goes, do you look at us kind of like we're kindergartners? Like, how does this actually work? Like, how do you know, are we like little children in your minds? And they're like, actually, no, we look at you as masters, because you are master energy manipulators to be transmuting the planet at this time in such a way. He goes, you are masters, and don't ever forget it.
And we are the masters of our own world.
We are.
You know, I love the fact the world is made of stories. And I love the stories, because every individual has their own story. And every individual, and then there's stories that will blend and merge. And that's where you get friendships, relationships. And it's beautiful to see that. You'll see stories of tragedy and heartache, but of peace, hope, and happiness, and compassion, and empathy, and love. And that is also just as beautiful as well. And the beautiful thing about this planet is, it is a planet full of stories. I mean, there's something like, 8 billion people on the planet? That's 8 billion stories. I mean, how amazingly beautiful is that in itself?
Just including the ones that are living. That's not including all of the dead ones that I'm talking to on a daily basis and getting more stories. One of my favorite people is, I was laughing the other day. I'm like, one of my favorite people, it's funny, he's been dead for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
And I talk to him every day.
And there's a story going on in just a
so fun. So it just makes you laugh. We haven't changed as much over 1,000 years. You'd be surprised how much our personalities are still the same after 1,000 years.
Exactly. But it's enjoying each other's stories, and it's listening to each other's stories. And we are literally writing our stories as we speak. You know, if you look at this very, very precise moment in time, you say there's about 90 people watching. So there's 92 of us that are collectively putting our energy together, and we're putting our time together, that we're never going to get that time back. But what a beautiful moment it has been to share with every single one of you my time.
We love you, Minty.
Well,
we really do. Thank you so much for joining us. And for this chat today, I feel like all of us got something that we needed today. That's the most important thing, that we got a little nudge in the right direction, you know?
I hope so.
Absolutely. But I'm going to share your link one more time for everybody that has joined a little bit late and might have missed it. What days do you generally do your lives? Isn't it on Saturdays?
It varies. It really does. At the moment, I haven't been doing them recently because I'm not going to lie, I've been flat out and I've had to have some time out. But I will live again very, very soon.
Wonderful. And we'll make sure that, like you said, you do private ones as well, right? For people that would be interested.
Yeah, I do one-to-one readings, and I always put up new dates and times. There'll be some new dates and times going up either today or tomorrow for private bookings. They're around 45 minutes, and I charge 40 UK pounds. And you can either see me in person or have it as a video call online.
And keep in mind that Minty is a psychic medium. He's brilliant when it comes to what you can intuitively pick up. Your guides are spot on as always, Minty. So just keep that in mind, how accurate these readings are, because they're very accurate. In fact, Minty tends to call you out a little bit sometimes. he can find what you're avoiding very quickly. I've noticed this with my own readings. He's like, hey, Lauren, did you see this? I'm like, oh, yeah, I saw it. I've been stepping over it. I saw it. But it's really good. We do need these things to be kind of, pulled out and be like, hey, like, this is what you need. This is what you need to know. So you're so good at that. Really, you are. You're just absolutely brilliant, Minty. And you're one of my favorites. So that's why we always have you back. And we'll have you back in a couple of weeks again. Thank you so much. And I am excited to meet you in person. We'll have to collaborate and set up something in person, maybe a little meet and greet, and everybody can come and hang out with us for a few hours. Yeah?
That would be absolutely awesome. And I would love that. And I'm excited too. So thank you so much.
We'll make a plan.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. We love you all. We hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Remember what Minty said, get out into nature today. Go hug a tree. Go spend some time with the birds.
Exactly. And say hello to them. They do answer.
Yes. Love you guys. I will see you all tomorrow. Oh, and just in case I almost forgot here. Thank you, Daniela. She always reminds me. We have today at 3 p.m. we have the Soul Aligned Fusion Yoga with Tara Franklin. And that is free on Astara. So make sure if you guys want to learn some yoga today, join us at 3 o'clock. And tomorrow morning, we have Jacqueline Burke for the Daily Coherence at 9 a.m. And then on Saturday, we are doing a free class, an 8-part meditation flow with Dr. Lauren Roche, one of our favorite meditation experts on Saturday. So make sure you guys check that out. It'll also be free. We'll have to get you on Astara sometime, Minty. They're already asking why you're not up there yet. We'll have to make it happen.
Cool.
Awesome. Much love, everybody. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.